Simple rules of dating with Swedes. If you want to tame a rebellious blonde warrior from the Viking tribe, you need to go to Sweden. Because the girls there really meet your ideas about Scandinavians. By the way, according to one version, the name Vikings came from a feminine term, which is a slang character, and translates roughly as macho lovo. I mean, a woman in Sweden today will not leave you grateful bruises on her face as in ancient times. But IKEA's homeland lives by very strict unwritten rules, known as the law of Jante or Lagom. Therefore, in order to find contact with a Swedish beauty, stick to simple but important recommendations. Swedish dating coach Linnea Molander tells about them. Don't show off, and don't be rude. So, first you need to clarify 2 points. Almost all girls in Sweden devote themselves to a career, which is why they are very successful and self-sufficient. The country ranks 7th in salaries. The social and communal structure of the Swedes already in the Viking Age was more disciplined than ours in the 21st century. It follows from this that Swedish women do not like to waste time in vain. You need to talk to them on an equal footing, and they also adore personal comfort and terrible formalists. Regarding the latter, this means that if you haven't discussed something with a girl, then she doesn't think about it. This is especially true for the continuation of a relationship or the observance of fidelity. Linnea also states that all Scandinavian countries adhere to the law of Jante, Lagoma, the essence of which is social equality. That is, you can't tell someone that you earn more money or that you are smarter than others. Simply put, it is strictly forbidden to brag about your achievements or demonstrate an arrogant attitude towards the waiter. The first 2 rules of Jante are as follows. Don't think you're special and don't think you're equal. Therefore, if you dress up in a brand, and the girl comes in beautiful, but ordinary clothes, this can already be regarded as bragging and infringement. And the rest of the Swedes are very nice and friendly girls. Use the internet. I have already written that the easiest way to get to know girls in Sydney is through apps. So, this rule applies even more strongly to the homeland of the Vikings. According to Linnea, Swedish culture is not very social. We don't talk to each other a lot. She says that, for example, compared to New York, where people easily communicate with strangers, in Sweden it is almost impossible to make a casual acquaintance just like that. Therefore, dating apps are the most win-win option. Moreover, they allow you to get acquainted with a Swedish woman even before arriving in the country. But use the most well-known services in the EU, such as a Tinder. Be interesting, confident and careful. Linnea says that Swedish girls are advanced, smart and adorable, but because of their concentration on their careers, they practically do not know how to have fun. Therefore, in guys, as a rule, they are looking for a person with whom they will be comfortable from the first minutes of the meeting. Then they will be able to relax and discard all fears associated with a date. To do this, you need to be interesting, moderately cheerful and, as described by Linnea, you should be able to create some emotional, flirtatious and sexual tension. However, as for sexual tension, I do not advise you to create it right at the beginning of the date. Although there are girls among the Swedes who are ready to jump right into the ladies from the first meeting. But it is better to first provide her with comfort and psychological relaxation, then hang up, and then look at the situation. If you're lucky, they will be ladies. Be sure to call her right after the date, and finally, regardless of how the first date ends and whether you expect to continue, contact the girl after the meeting. It is not necessary to pickle or wait for actions on her part. According to Linnea, we can conclude that Swedish women are very fixated on pleasing a man. It's kind of good for you, but a girl can perceive ignore after a date as a disappointment on your part, and already ignore you in response. Or vice versa, to use the term of local psychologists, to form an insecure attachment. In the second case, the Swedes, as a rule, go to a specialist who will explain to the girl why she should not think about you. Or you will become the object of her passion and find out how Scandinavian women can take out the brain. Therefore, always discuss everything with the girl in Sweden. Even if you don't want to meet her anymore, send a concise but understandable message. It's not for nothing that the Vikings in ancient times solved all issues not with axes, as it is sometimes shown in films, but in councils, with long and tedious conversations.